Hey everybody, it's Tracy. Want to jump on here real quick and talk to you and give you an update since my last appointment. Um, my last appointment was actually last Wednesday, and it was on cycle day 3, and we are now on cycle day 6 because it is Saturday, February 28th, and I'm running out to go do some retail therapy at some of my thrift shops and do a few errands and just having a little time this morning. I love doing it on Saturday mornings. I just like consistency, and so I've kind of gotten into the routine and the habit of making Saturdays my morning errands and things. So I thought I'd get on here real quick and talk to you about that appointment. It is windy today. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Hopefully not. But the car is battling this wind today up here in northeast Kansas. So my appointment on Wednesday was for my baseline follicular ultrasound and lab work, and everything went pretty smoothly other than traffic on the way there. Remember, I drive like 2 hours to get there and into the city, and traffic was backed up horribly. It's been the worst that I've ever had going out there, and there was an accident at one point, so that may have kind of mucked up everything. But I actually arrived like 20 minutes past my appointment time. Luckily, they were able to work me in, not a problem, Having the follicular ultrasound, though, I was taken back, and when the tech came in, I've had her plenty of times. We've definitely gotten to know each other a bit better here, and I was telling her, gosh, I'm really kind of apprehensive coming into this exam because, honestly, I was kind of just like embarrassed in a sense because it was only cycle day 3, meaning like I'm still in full menstrual cycle. And so I was kind of like, telling her I'm only cycle day 3. It's never been this early, kind of sorry, and also I didn't say it to her, but I had like a really tough cycle day 1 where there was a lot of pain and cramping, and I knew with this exam that probably meant that it was going to egg it on even more. And it by far was the most uncomfortable, borderline painful exam or follicular ultrasound that I've had. And I think that's just because it was cycle day 3. But of course it didn't last or anything like that. It was just very discomfortable at the time. And so I don't know. I don't think that they're supposed to say anything to you really, but I don't think that she was stepping out of line by saying anything to me. But my tech actually told me at the time when I was telling her that I was apprehensive about it, she was like, yeah, but we really need to get in here and see what that cyst on your right side's done, because if they have to start medication to treat it, then they want to do that as soon as possible. And so that hadn't really been discussed with me. In fact, when I talked with my doctor, she kind of made it out that, oh, everybody has cysts and it's nothing to worry about. And so then I was a little concerned, but she even told me right then and there that I didn't have a cyst on my right side this time, that I had one on my left. And so of course, that afternoon I got the results, and sure enough, I've kind of gone back and forth the last few times. And so the first time I had a simple cyst on my right side, and then I had a simple cyst on my left side, and then I had a complex cyst on my right side, and then this last time it was found that I have a simple cyst on my left side. So it kind of just keeps happening. And honestly, ages ago, but I went to a doctor just about my extreme kind of menstrual cycle and the pain and everything else that was going with it. And anyhow, they had sent me to just one specialist at the time, and it was kind of mentioned that I have PCOS, and so polycystic ovarian syndrome. It was mentioned to me that I had endometriosis, and it was mentioned to me at that time that I was pre-diabetic, and I don't see doctors like ever, and I was just like, honestly, they didn't do lab work or anything, so I was kind of like, how do they even know this? So I kind of disregarded it because that's my behavior. You've really got to shove proof down my throat for me to be like, oh, okay. Like, so this is the thing, you know? But most of the time I just take things as they are. So nothing that they were saying was going to give me any relief. It was just kind of like, oh, well, of course it is. And, you know, it's just something that you're going to have to deal with. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll just deal with it. I'll continue to deal with it. But maybe that polycystic ovarian syndrome obviously is maybe why I have more cysts happening. And, you know, it is what it is. The good news there was that it was only cycle day 3, and my follicular ultrasound came up showing that I had 1 egg already, and it's measuring just over 15 millimeters. And remember, it has to be about 18 millimeters, like, you know, to have a good likelihood of being viable for an IUI procedure. And so we were only on cycle day 3, and it's very common, it has been, that I've been having very small eggs, you know, and so we've been having to develop those through medication. So that was good news. I did start the triple dosage of the letrozole to help those eggs in their environment and develop. And I started that Wednesday, and I do that for 5 days. And then starting tomorrow on the 1st and the 2nd, I take my hormone shot, the FSH shot, on those 2 days. And that's going to help me develop and release to have more viable eggs in one ovulation. And so that'll be good. You know, we're trying to aim for 2 to 3 viable eggs for an ovulation for the IUI. So I'm excited about that option. What else? And then I am scheduled to go back this upcoming Tuesday for my next follicular ultrasound. And that's what's going to determine what eggs I have available and if this is going to be the right time for my next IUI procedure. And we're ready to go. I have my trigger shot ready, so if they tell me Tuesday after the follicular ultrasound, I've got that ready to go. They received the new sperm samples on Wednesday at my hospital, and so those have been confirmed, and those are ready to go too. So we'll just have to see what Tuesday says, but otherwise everything's a go. We're told we're moving forward. Everybody is being confident. Everybody's in a good mindset. I love the support of the team, and we're just moving forward. So I'm going to jump off of here, but I appreciate y'all checking in with me, and I appreciate your support as well. So I will talk to you again probably after Tuesday when I have more news. Okay, bye.